Hey guys, it's Derek here. We're back again with another viewer collection showcase episode, so hopefully you're all excited for this. I believe we're on episode 7 now, and we got a whole five different showcases to show you guys, and hopefully you'll get a little bit of inspiration from them. Let's get to it. Yeah, I'm not sure why, but I picked probably the warmest day of the year so far to go and film this. Don't ask me why we did that. Starting us off, we have 2D Boy. Now, this is a pretty cool looking submission. There's a whole bunch going on here, and it started back in 2020. So kind of during that COVID boom, when we saw a whole lot of different collectors join the hobby, kind of where we got to there. So they have a few things like resins and whatnot, so let's just go straight into it. Very cool looking setup from the onset. I do see that it's most likely in your bedroom or an office room. I like how you have the detolf off to the side, and it looks like you made a little custom riser for it as well. So very, very cool. Now, I've also noticed on the other side, it looks like you have a massive Maji case, and there's a few cool looking statues inside. Fully licensed resins, I believe, and we also got that saber up at the very top. Your computer setup is also here, which is nice. Some floating shelves, sort of. I mean, they're kind of floating, but not really. Looks like we got a paper shredder, your garbage can, cable management can use a little bit of work, but you know, there's that. Got a billy off to the side as well. A little bit of a zoom in on some of that, but I'm actually kind of curious. What did you do to make this block right here? It would have to be fairly stable and secure as well, just because we got some nice things up in here. We got the freeing Midoriya up top. I believe there's a zoom in picture. Also this very cool looking Rimuru, the whole set of AOT, some new some Jolter action at the very bottom, and a little bit of One Piece, which I dig. I love me the One Piece stuff. The bookshelf, on the other hand, has some trinkets up the very top. You're the dragon plushie, very cute. And we have the premium set for Berserk. I love how you have the Nendos in front of it, and also the Papa Parade of Guts there too. This is a really cool set, and it's not exactly cheap to start collecting. So very cool that you have that. Looks like we also have a whole bunch of One Piece manga over there. Very cool. Got a few little decoration pieces like the Mera Mera no Mi. Got the Yamato, so like how you paired those two together specifically. And we got a few guilds. I think that's all the guilds that have been released, but very, very cool there. Down below, we got a whole bunch more Fate related Nendos. Very cool. And it looks like you started your Kaiju number 8 collection too. Got some Rani and also Senshi. Funny story. I've been wanting to get the Senshi and a whole bunch of Dungeon Mushy stuff, but their Nendos are all sold out everywhere and really, really expensive right now. So hopefully there's a re-release at some point and I'll be able to pick that up affordably. Got a few more. Is that a Zippo? So you got Zippo lighter fluid. Interesting. You got Zippo lighter fluid, more manga, some more Fate. Looks like you got a little Gura. Still a little bit sad to hear that she graduated, but you know, whatever. And yeah, you got the Frieren set. Very cool. Very, very cool. Some other books and whatnot. Off to the side though, I like how you added a bit of artwork. Now I don't know if these are custom painted or not, but they do look pretty good. Yeah, you got some Naruto and also Chainsaw Man. Very nice. But here we go. This is beautiful. Look at that. How do I zoom in more? Enhance. I can't enhance any further. We got a beautiful, officially licensed Marco. Now, I think I double check which studio made this. I believe it's Lightyear. I believe this one is from Soul Wing, so very, very good looking. Got like the cannons and everything. Got the little piece at the very back. I believe it is supposed to be like the Paramount War, that kind of period. So very nice. I really like this piece actually. And down below we have another officially licensed statue of Levi, I believe, with the female Titan arm that he's cutting up. Again, very cool. I like how you put these two, like I guess your grail pieces in a Maji case. Just kind of makes sense. So very, very cool to see that. There we go. Yeah, some other zoom in pictures of the Marco and everything. What number is this? Edition number. I can't exactly see the edition number. Oh, I didn't even notice this at first. Yeah, you also have a framed card of Marco as well. Now I've seen a lot of collectors do that recently. You're displaying your high value statue and a card to kind of go along with it. So I think that's a really, really nice touch. I can see that. You got the Levi down here, looking cool as well. And here we go. So I guess this is Wait, is this the other side? Oh, So this is the other side. Okay, let me go back to over here, the very first image again. Looks like we do have some cool looking portrait of pirates, some figure art zeros, and some other things at the very top. Or these might be the Footy ones. I believe these are the Footy ones, and this is the Mega House one. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've followed JJK stuff, but I like what you did here. If there is one small itty bitty pointer for this, it'd be to just have these white somehow, like paint them white, and maybe even have the white screws in there so it kind of blends in a little better. But I kind of get it. It still looks pretty nice though. Very symmetrical, I think. I think it looks pretty straight. On the other side of the room, or a different side of the room, it looks like we have some more of the exact same shelves, but for this one you actually put up some lighting. Again, cable management could be slightly better. I don't know if you're renting or if you own the place, but if you do own the place or you live at home, see if you're allowed to like drill into the wall. Just hide the cable a little bit easier. I found that after moving out, punching holes in walls is kind of just whatever. At some point you just need to learn how to patch it and paint it over. So it's not a huge big deal, but I understand not everyone can do that. But very, very top, we have the Figure Art Zero, Kaido, and Big Bomb looking very good. Didn't really notice that they have a little Zeus on the very side. Cool, cool. And more. We got some more Chainsaw Man stuff. Honestly, I think these are probably I know these two are very iconic looking, but in terms of the power, I think there's a better power out there, but I could be wrong. I don't know. Do dig this setup here. And down below, it looks like you have an Audio Technica record player and also some Edifier speakers. So you definitely like listening to your vinyl. So that's actually a pretty cool touch. Now here, you thought they had Nendos before, but apparently they have actually separated these Nendos and they've done what Superman did in the last episode. And we have those baseball display cases. This is actually really, really cool. I would love to see more people do this. It's also kind of unfortunate. I don't think this comes in white, so matching with your setup might be a little bit more difficult, but we have endless Nendos here. They look really good all displayed next to each other, and they're all very much themed as well. We got some Fate at the very top, Konosuba at AOT, Demon Slayer. Basically any series, you've kind of grouped them together, and that's a very, very nice touch. I like how this one looks. Definitely like that. Some of the vinyls that you actually listen to. Arcane is amazing. Watch Arcane if you guys haven't already. Season 2, amazing. May or may not have cried a few times watching that, but you know. But yeah, very cool that you have this. It's kind of like a lost art, I guess, or a lost hobby. Not too many people I know listen to vinyls, but that's a very cool throwback. We also have a few pins, some custom enamel pins that looks like you've been collecting, but these look absolutely insane. And I know firsthand because we do have some pins, we do have some merch, and making these is not as easy as you all think. And some of these are actually a lot more expensive to make than you might think as well, depending on the colors and everything. But this is really cool. I think at some point you're probably gonna hang these up a little bit, but that's very cool. That's very nice. And yeah, a little close-up shot of the bookshelf, the Billy, kind of soak it all in. It's a very, very cool looking setup. And honestly, I'm very, very glad you allowed us to take a look at it together. So thank you. And if you guys want to check this one out, I believe they also have a link to their MFC. You can see what other things they might also have. Moving along to our second participant, we have ASTRAIS. At least I think I said your name right. I could have butchered it. I don't know. Now, this is their picture of their room, has a doggo in there. They've done some garage kit painting and stuff. So very cool. A lot of 3D printed stuff as well. But here we go. Bam. This is clearly in your bedroom. Like how you've made use of the space here. We have your PC set up off to the side. Obviously, doggo. We get bonus points for doggo. We like doggo. And looks like you have a fan and everything. I do like that you have blackout curtains because sunlight when it comes to figure collecting is the #1 killer, like what you did there. And here's the PC setup. Honestly, really cool. Triple monitor setup, not something you see all the time. It looks like you have like two 21 or 24 inches stacked monitors right here. And you also have like a 27, I believe, off to the side, but very cool. Don't know what you do for work, but this may or may not be useful for you, or maybe you stream a little bit. I also have like a T setup right now too, so I kind of understand. I like putting Discord off to the side. Bit of a close-up here. Looks like we have some Dungeon Mushy. That's a really cool looking poster. And we also got a few little One Piece nods. We got a little ship of the Medi here. Also the Mega House Gear 5 Luffy and a Figure Art Zero Gear 4. Some more little trinkets at the very bottom. And it looks like you also have a few lighthouses, which is actually really cool. We got an Anya one looking a little psychic-y. And I believe this is the crew for the Straw Hats. So very, very nice there. And it seems like you're left-handed as well. Shout out to the left-handed gang, I guess. All right, so here is the other side, closer to the bed. Just some very small things off to the side here. I think there's a built-in shelf, so you could put some stuff here if you really wanted to. Some artwork pieces and a massive, massive one that basically covers up the entire wall for Nier. Also, Doggo is just chilling. I'm sure that's not where Doggo usually chills, but hey, still a really cool looking picture. Off to the other side. Now, we have a lot of stuff. We got some posters off to the side that look really, really cool. Like the forced perspective or whatnot, it's a little bit different, a little bit of an artistic touch. At the very top, we have Pochita, which I believe is the 1-to-1 scale, so very nice and big. And all of these right here are LED bars. Very cool that you've lit this up. I see that the cable management off to the side also looks pretty good. It's a little bit awkward because you have a white cable and the shelf is black, so it kind of doesn't blend too well, but you've done a very good job of hiding the cable. And I believe it changes color halfway through to black. Ultimately, if you wanted to upgrade the display a little bit, you could put like a panel or something in the back and hide the cable that way. But I do like how this is clear. I believe it's either glass or acrylic and you kind of see through, which is really nice. Everything here is fairly well laid out as well. Very, very good. I have more pictures off to the side. So here are some zoom in pictures. I might need to blur some of these or censor some. But this girl right here, very lovely. I like what you did with the little stand in the back. This might be 3D printed or like a prop. Another one of those little things you can do to your figures, whether it's a scale or a prize to kind of upgrade the feel about it. Just adding a little bit there. I think that looks really cool. Kind of looks like a photo shoot. We also got, forgot her name, but we need to get this for the collection as well. I'm missing this to complete the set. Over here, we have a few lovely ladies. I don't know where you're from, but that's crazy attack she's about to launch. Another power, a few powers. Ray, don't know who this is. Ooh, very cool. Hatsune Miku over here. I don't think I've actually seen this one before. So yeah, that's actually a really cool looking Miku. I'm digging it, to be and everything. And over here we got Marcel. I still need to get one of these figures for my collection. Cool how you have like a little mage related magic shelf, I guess. The Megumi is actually really cool too. Down here are some of your garage kits. I'm gonna have to like censor this, but cool that you have these as garage kits and you painted them yourselves. That's actually really, really cool. Something I kind of want to get into as well. But yeah, this girl from Gridman, I believe there's actually a figure of her that is kind of like in the same pose, so that's kind of neat. And of course, we have a few more waifus off to the side, some Sakura Jimimai, and also some Marian and C2. Bunnies at the very bottom, very cool. Digging it. Nezuko's kind of hidden off to the side here. And yeah, this is the Aniplex one. Still don't know how I really feel about this one specifically, but cool effects, digging it that way. And I think you've also mentioned that this Mordred is a 3D printed and painted piece by you. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. That's very, very talented indeed. Some of the quick repaints that they've actually mentioned, honestly, some of these might be a little bit more difficult to kind of eye, but it looks like for these ones here, you may have done a little bit of dry brushing to raise some of the pieces here, which look nice. Honestly, I would love to get more into this as well. The power on this side, it looks like you gave a little bit of blush to the knee area. I think this is kind of shaded and redone a little bit, give more depth. And yeah, you do see some more dry brushing here for the jean. Very, very cool. Yeah, just little touches that you guys add to your stuff really helps it go a long way. I feel like there's a lot of missed potential when it comes to prize figures, and this is one of those aspects that you can go and improve. Like this Mai, for example, very simple looking Mai. Looks like you definitely did some shading near the skirt. You can definitely see it in the jacket as well. If I had to give a critique, it'd be to clean up the mold line, the seam line right here before painting, I guess. But hey, we're honestly just nitpicking at that point. And here is the workbench. This is actually really cool. I want to get to this step as well when it comes to the hobby, kind of improving things, making things a little bit better. We do have an Anycubic resin printer, which is super cool. Would love to get one of those in at some point. Look at all these. Look at all these tools. Got some drills, got some other things. You're working on something over there. Don't know what project we're working on currently, but that looks really neat. And yeah, got the air compressor and everything. Like this is cool. This is definitely something I think a lot of us would love to strive towards to kind of upgrade our stuff. Honestly, thanks for sharing. This is super, super cool. Again, bonus points for Doggo. Okie dokie. Moving on to number 3, we have FOURLOKOEMO. butchered your name, I'm sorry. So they've been collecting for about 4 years. They started with a few Nendoroids, it looks like, and then they've been kind of growing. They've been collecting vinyl for the last 10 plus, and it's been kind of like a lifelong hobby of theirs. They're very into dark horror fantasy type things. Vintage aesthetic is kind of what they're going for. And honestly, I'm gonna try not to judge this too hard, because they did say this is a work in progress, kind of like everyone else. So some things might be moved around a little bit. So I'll try to be gentle here. All right, first off, I love these. These are Billies, I believe, right? With the extended tops and the Oxford doors. First thing that catches my eye is that in the corner. Oh my God. Yeah. Okay. Might be a little bit of nightmare fuel. I'm not gonna lie. I do see what you mean by you have stuff in the middle and kind of working through things. We're cleaning up still. I get it. Here's one of the shelves though. Got a few Mikus. Got a lot of Genshin Impact, and ooh, down here. Yeah, there we go. We got some Bungo Stray Dog stuff. Very nice. Liking how that all look. Here's another Billy shelf. Now I'm trying my best to ID everything I can recognize. Yeah, Yuta and Power. Don't really recognize anyone else in the front. And we have a bunch of Nendos over here. A lot of pretty boys. Hisoka is he looks a little funky. And we have a bunch more figures at the very bottom. Very nice looking lookups, by the way. And here near the bottom, we got some bunnies, got some BL looking stuff. Sleeping Beauty, and another Mythios piece. So very digging how that all looks. Now, this is the part where I think a lot of us actually commented on the Discord. What the heck is this? Now, I think you mentioned that this is a piece of furniture that you found locally, and it looks insane. It's a perfect corner piece. Both the windows open up, and otherwise it's fully enclosed. You have it fully lit up, which looks nice. And just the way that it's pointed is actually really cool. Perfect use of like a corner that may be oddly shaped or whatnot. Or if you don't have detolfs in that area, I think that would also look really nice. But this is cool. You don't see this every single day. Like this is different, that's for sure. Off to the other side of the room, it looks like we have some more Billy bookcases in black. Some more of these guys. Honestly, I should probably find out where. Oh, there's a lot of BL. Yeah, there's a lot of BL. Up top though, we got some bunnies. Yeah. We like bunnies. Very cool. Digging the bunnies. Is that a Sephiroth? Digging the Sephiroth. More manga. Everything's kind of everywhere, but hey, if it works for you, it works for you. I was about to say, you have 3 of the exact same Gojo, but they're slightly different. One cross-legged, one is knees up, one is completely blindfolded. Oh my God. And you have 2 ghettos as well. I mean, why not? As for the desk setup, looks like we're rocking with a standard desk, a little bit of storage off to the side, a custom, is that a DX Racer custom Final Fantasy VII chair, limited edition. Don't think I've ever seen one of those before. And we're rocking a triple monitor setup. Can't tell if they're all the same size and resolution. Got the speakers off to the side, a little shelf where you can put all these little guys at the very top here. And it looks like you do game a little bit. Custom controller, that looks really nice. And yeah, good peripherals. I'm digging it. Now, I don't know if your PC is on the ground, but and the cables, I see the cables. If I were you, I'd just lift the PC up somehow. I don't know if you can remove one of these shelves, but I would kind of shove it there if possible. But little things. Okay, yeah, you're a huge Final Fantasy fan. Final Fantasy VII in particular. Looks like this is the entryway. Is this the entryway? This is a nook. This is a bit of a nook. I'm assuming the door opens from here or something, but Final Fantasy poster or wall scroll, little coffin looking shelf with a bunch of little stuff inside. Kind of cool. Wait, I think that's it. Here we go. Some other zoom in of some of the other photos. Lots of Miku. Okay. Ooh, what's that? Oh, you have one of these. So on one of the lower shelves of the Billies, it looks like you have one of those part separator things specifically for your Nendo faceplates and other spare parts, because I definitely see a Nendo joint here. Very, very cool. I think it's a really nice touch when it comes to like wanting to swap things out and whatnot, so you don't actually have to go back into the box and kind of dig through and rummage through that. I would love to see more people do this. I think I want to do this at some point as well. I'm kind of the person that doesn't really change the way my Nendos look after the initial setup, after the initial video where I posed it a few times, may or may not break a thing or two. I kind of just leave it and set it and forget it. Lovely thing that you got down there. A little bit of organization. God, those are terrifying. Some Rams as well. And yeah, we've seen a lot of this version of Marin as well. No, this collection is actually really cool. There's a lot of different stuff. Risers are nice. But yeah, there's a ton more images that you can kind of scroll through. Of course, if you guys want to see any of these more in depth, they'll be in the Discord, so definitely go check those out. Leave a comment or 2 in there as well. Give this some more love. I'm digging this. This is a really, really cool setup, and Thanks for sharing. Moving over to our fourth collection today, we have CHOLUBI. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name. They've been collecting anime merch, manga, Blu-rays for over 10 years now. So they are a complete veteran in the game. And they say that it's only been 3 years ago since they actually started collecting more figures. Before that, it was mainly Pokemon. So a lot of Pokemon cards, which is cool. XY up until basically current era. There's a lot of good stuff in between, like megas and tag teams and other things like that. So that's really cool. Their favorite anime and series is Spice and Wolf, Monogatari, and also the Girls Frontline. So there's a lot of stuff there. They have a manga case looking shelf, which they've done custom by themselves. It's a garage storage shelf that's been customized. Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of cool stuff. Okay, let's take a look at this. This is your man cave. I dig it. Clearly gotta tell people what's up right away. I have to blur a few things because they might get the video demonetized. Love the artwork at the very top for these these funky looking Pokemon. Hey, it's cool how you've completely plastered this side. It looks like this is supposed to be a closet setup, but you kind of made it your own. Got a very comfy looking chair. I believe that is Gura there. Sad, but you know, it is what it is. Here is the garage storage shelf that has been customized. I believe you probably looked online on YouTube. There's some tutorials. I dig how this looks. Honestly, it is a much better alternative than buying Module Case if you want to save a few bucks. When I say a few bucks, it's like a lot of bucks. And you can also house more stuff in here. It's a little more sturdy weight-wise as well. So absolutely crazy. Sorry to understand what you mean by you like Spice and Wolf. There's a lot of stuff going on here. Got a Pekora who's just kind of chilling. And inside the case, yeah, you got more. Like half of the case is dedicated to this fox girl. And then the other fox girl. You got some Ai and some other girls in here too. So this is filled up. This is kind of what I would expect if you did have a Module Case or a display up to this size. You just kind of lay it all out. I believe you do have some acrylic stands in the back to kind of help everything prop up. So good on you for that. Middle shelf. Oh, we have a theme here. Girls with guns. Okay, Girls Frontline, I believe. Right? Yeah. Loving what you did here. Got some dress pieces, like girls in dresses over to the left, and everyone else is just kind of armed, fully armed and equipped over here. Tons of guns. Loving this. This is a cool theme shelf. Okie dokie. Down here. Oh, okay. I think I see the vision. So over here, a lot of girls wearing yellow. Yellow is kind of the theme over here. I like it. I dig it. Yeah, I do see a few Pokemon related figures here that I may also have. So cool. And these two girls, I see them all over the place. But I'm honestly glad I don't really collect any of the gacha game stuff because there's just so much. I'd go so broke so quick. And yeah, looks like this is Tamamo and Nero. Very cool. I love Race Queen stuff. It's like, there's also a Marin that's coming out soon. Don't know if I'll get that right away when it comes out, but I'm interested. I'm also curious why there is no Race Queen Rem and Ram. I mean, like, print the money. I would buy it. Also, what figure or what car do you think they'd be promoting? Personally, with the twins, I think they'd either be like Porsches. I think Porsches would be kind of the thing. Like, oh my God, there's more. Not only do you have the comfy chair, you also have this crazy beanbag. Wait, go back. There's a fully empty shelf at the bottom, so there's so much more room for activities. That is crazy. You've also got a crazy ass sword off to the side too. But okay, here is the rest of the room. Looks like we have some Billy bookshelves. Looks like there's some Billy bookshelves here. We got the corner piece. Very nice what you did there. These, I don't know if they're fully connected. Like I drilled a hole into mine, but don't know if you did that with yours. Got some Lego stuff up here. A lot of books. Little Naruto. I mean, I like it. It's very organized. Everything is filled up. This is cool though. Is that your cat? What is that? Please let me know if that's your pet. Got all this over here looking really, really nice and impressive. Very organized, of course. But over here, some details. Good old details. Fully lit up though, so that's nice. We love the lighting. Looks like you hid the cables pretty well for this. Please let me know if this is a calyx or not. I believe this might be a calyx hack. So you put that underneath and you slap the details on top. Okay. We got some lovely ladies down there. Some, I believe this is Guilty Gear, right? Honestly, I don't play. Don't have the hands for fighting games like I've tried. Got a little Taiga inspired shelf. Very cool. I believe this one is from Fate. And over here we got, Mushoku Tensei. Very nice. Oh my God, you have a marine shrine. Are you gonna get the new one that's coming out? I believe that one's also done by Max Factory. Yeah, you can put her somewhere. These shrine type displays, these theme displays always get me going. I love them. And it looks like you also have one of her cards as well. Off to the side of that, more wall scrolls, more paintings that are nicely framed. Very nice. Ooh, got dock marks for this one. This one's a little too close. The rest of them are nicely spaced out, but this one's a little bit close. Looks like we have a little felt wall thing that you've put a lot of trinkets and everything else on there. Little desk set up here. Is that League of Legends Secret Lab? Yeah, that looks like League to me. And we got some Pokeballs that have Pokemon cards in, most likely. But that's pretty cool. Dual monitor setup, booby mouse. Honestly, I briefly went over a lot of these, just gotta double check there's nothing crazy. I'm always surprised whenever I find something that kind of just jumps out at me. So yeah, booby mouse pad, got another armrest over here. PC might be on the ground. That's a cardinal sin apparently. Oh, okay, yeah, just artwork all over the place. I dig it. Very nicely lit up PC. I believe it's the NZXT one. Little TV off to the side here and Mona Lisa. But yeah, this is, I believe when you enter the room, this is kind of right off to the side here. I'm liking what you did. Yeah, there it is. TV, chair. I get it. I see the vision. Honestly, there's a lot of stuff. There's still a lot of room to grow, which is absolutely crazy to say and think about. But I like how it organized all this. Like organized chaos. Are there more pictures? There are more pictures. So this is what the door looks like to get into the man cave. I just noticed you have 2 doors to lead into this room, I think. Or one of them might be like a storage. Yeah, this piece right here, I believe was taken from the newspaper. It's a clipping. Very, but yeah, thanks for sharing your stuff. You have a lot of stuff. And thanks for helping out for the video. It's on short notice. Saving the last collection here, we have ALII. Now, they've actually changed their setup quite a bit since the last submission on the showcase. So here are the updated pictures. As you can tell, there's a definite theme. Everything is pink. Pink walls, pink accessories, pink figures, pink everything. Like honestly, just everything is pink. Okay, so you might see there's a lot of Sonic related stuff here as well. This is Rose from Sonic, very prominent character, I guess, in the series you can say, and they may or may not be in the next movie. So I think that's movie 4. So very cool that you have that there. Again, super pink. You got the heart setups over here, these little tiny shelves. I see some Sylveons and things like that. It's one of those setups where I don't know where to start. But I guess we'll start over here. Got a lovely little shelf, U-shape, kind of going with that theme. Everything's very cutesy and whatnot. Notice that there's the Good Smile Anya and Your setup over here. Got the Mari, Supersonico, Kurone, I believe that's Nekopora stuff down below. More pink girlies. We got some Sakura, got some Sakura Mikus, got Madoka Magica, some Sailor Moon stuff. I mean, you got a lot of pink related things. I'll tell you that. Lovely touch with the little butterflies, metal butterflies and whatnot. All right, over here. Now this is like, I believe your desk setup or maybe your makeup desk setup, affirmation thing. Very cool. Framed pictures. I always love framed pictures. They look really nice. Pink Barbie. Again, I absolutely love that Miku, the Strawberry Miku anniversary. So good. I feel like if you are a Miku fan, that's probably one of those like top 5 grail type pieces that you might want to get. Yeah, just like makeup and other things like that. Again, very pink. Here's a more zoom out of everything. Kind of makes me wonder, is this shelf bolted to the wall, or is it just kind of chilling on top of all of this? I don't know. Please let me know though. Love what you did over here. It looks like everything's kind of chilling on a calyx, and this thing over here is an ALII. Okay. All right. Over here we have kind of like your bed setup, little nightstand, got some plushies, little hamper or little hammock for all your plushies. Kind of funny. I actually had one of these myself, but it's at my parents' place. That did not survive the move. Like, I think I took that down years ago, like well before I started doing like YouTube related stuff. But cool to see that there's a little spot for all of your plushies. I see a few Pokemon pieces in here. Very cute. Down below here, we got some more Madoka Magica. We have that creepy game that I honestly never played, but you do you. Sakura Miku. Oh, I like this though. It's a little like bass, little diorama bass type thing in the back. Very cute. It's kind of cool how these all kind of go together. Everything is pink. Everything is very curated though. I feel like I don't have a crazy color theme like you do, but it's also just really cool to see all these different pieces come together. They all kind of just work. It's like a little scavenger hunt for the eyes, but it's pretty cool. That is it. That is it. Thank you as well, ALII, for actually allowing us to share your collection, show it off to everyone else. And again, if any of you guys are interested in participating, check out the Discord. We have that going on. We're gonna try to make this more frequent as well. I know with everything happening in the world right now, it's a little bit strange about us just talking about figures, but I think it's actually a good time to talk about everyone else's collection. So then we can kind of take inspiration and also just admire what we currently have. Just be appreciative of what we currently have and not about all the other things that are going around. So hopefully there's a bit of positivity there. Again, my name is Derek. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Peace. Also wanted to give a massive shout out to all of our channel members. Thank you guys so much for actually helping out, and extra special shout out to our Pirate King, Hyper JJ. If anyone else is interested in joining this as well, getting some of these videos a little bit early, getting some emojis, some loyalty badges, exclusive posts, and everything else like that, I'll leave that all linked in the description. And just know that all the proceeds for that go directly back in trying to make all these videos and the channel that much more better. So thanks again for all your support, and I'll see you next time.